Hey everybody, welcome back to Quali-Tea time. So, in with the news, I guess the most pertinent one is I've finally got a therapist, mostly talking through dysphoria and anxiety, and a couple of other things, like how I was dealing with my grandmother's passing recently. Didn't mention the plush toy named after her now, but, you know, that might come up at a later point, but it's mostly just to, like, I'm well aware of my current gender identity, I'm well aware of my gender expression, I'm aware of what problems this causes and the prognosis for that moving forward, and I would like some assistance with actually coping with that better if possible. So, that's most of what we're working on. So, yay for that. The other piece of news is that our bathroom here in the den is heavily into its redecoration. We are currently completely bereft of any kind of heating implement in the bathroom, which is kind of a problem because it's an extension, so it's freezing cold right now. And admittedly, it has only recently had any form of insulation. So yeah, that's fun. We don't have a shower, we do have a bath, which still takes like half an hour to fill it, let alone use it. And all manner of other things going on with that. But hopefully, fingers crossed, that is completely done by the month's end. We're expecting to have it, like, retiled and such, basically, this Thursday. So, hopefully, that is all done by the end of the month, because I'm gonna need a shower. It's a lot easier to, like, shave your legs when you're in a bath, but it is not so much to, like, wash very long hair. So, yay for me. And the last piece of news that I have is actually technically a bit of an old one, cause long time ago I got sent this, which is the Elgato HD60 by Chronicler Wolfram. Sent me that. This was intended for recording console games, because you can use it as a bypass between the console and your TV to try and actually record game footage. However, you can also install it as a bypass between a computer and your monitor, allowing you to record your desktop, or at least one of your desktops. What I've done is I've installed it, which did mean changing out my monitors from DVI cables to HDMIs, which is mild inconvenience at best. And now I can actually record anything that is on my main monitor at guaranteed 1080p 60 FPS. Before, I was using stuff like Bandicam and Fraps that would record the actual game window and what was being plugged into that by the graphics card and such, and that works, but if there is the slightest bit of tanking by the processing and whatnot, then it causes irregular frame rates, which then means I need to stabilize them, and stabilizing H.264 footage creates a lot of noise. So you'll have seen that quite a bit with a lot of my Dead by Daylight videos, because you'll have just seen patches of corn just become completely illegible. And that is a symptom of having to go through that particular step. It actually also allows me to record my live commentary directly in one program, so I don't even need to have Audacity up in some cases, unless I'm doing Facecam, which case I need the actual webcam up anyways, but, you know. So that's nice. And hopefully that means that we have a mildly streamlined pipeline for videos going forward, as well as some increases in video quality. Obviously, it does not in fact resolve, like, potential CPU tanking, but it's its own little device, which means it's actually using onboard hardware to record what's on my screen, not actually touching the processor, so the actual recording of video now no longer touches my processor or my graphics cards. So, hopefully taking that off helps them, but as it stands, Elemental is kind of a beast, so I don't really have to run into that problem very much. So, yeah. Anyways, with that, onto the schedule. Tonight, on Wednesday at 9 PM GMT, we have our last trial stream of Warframe, inching ever closer to some form of explanation. Then on Thursday at 9 PM GMT, we have Midnight, where we're taking on the first Leviathan raid lair in Destiny 2. And on Saturday at 9 PM, we have the Carousel, where we have once again an open house where any patrons can join me in the TeamSpeak and chatter, and then we can spin the Wheel of Doom, which is due for a rapid refreshment recently. And lastly, for the week, on Tuesday at 9 PM GMT, we have Building Blocks, where we're asking the question of whether raptors should be feathered or scaled. And videos you might have missed for the week. So we have a Dailies by Daylight, where I explain why I absolutely hate chase dailies, and we have one where I venture out to face a rather bizarre spirit as Dwight. We also have an episode of Various Oddities Showcase, in which I introduce the End Golem and talk about crabs and wikis and other things. And lastly, we have an episode of Factorio called Just the Basics, in which I start out a new run of Factorio in the latest version with an eye to explaining each step as I go. Great for beginners, or if you just have no idea what on earth is going on. And on to the questions. So as always, there's one from the comment section of the preceding vlog. If you have anything to ask me, drop it down below, we'll see if it gets answered next time. And our question of the week comes from Crystal Enderhart. Has anyone ever compared you to Present Mike? I don't really see it. I'm really more like Eraserhead, but I have seen some people have shown me like this particular character in his casual wear, and apparently that's more like me, and also apparently he's a radio DJ, which I guess I can see maybe some association there, but I don't really think of myself as a DJ, although my dad definitely was, so I don't know, maybe there's a bloodline element there, but yeah, I don't know. Anyways, that is it for now. I shall catch you all, as ever, next time.